Okay, here is the big question. This is the big question. Do you live in the United States? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you live in the United States? Okay. How about Miguel? Does Miguel live in the United States? Does Marie live in the United States? Well, that will be the topic of our video today, our work together today, is how to form a question with do or does. I guess it's backwards like that. Does, okay? So before we get to that though, let's just practice the different gestures that you've learned so far. I will say a word and you do the gesture with your hands. You ready? Here we go. We. What's we? We. Right, we, okay? I. Good, I. Don't. What's don't? Right, don't. Good, okay. Live. Live. All right. How about they? Right, they. You. There are three possibilities. You. What's you? With your hands. You. Right, it's you or you or you. Okay, they're all the same. How about he? What's he? With your hand, show me. He. Right, he. She. Why not? She. Right, she. It. Right, it. Okay, good. Now, let's turn it around, and I will do the gesture with my hands, and you say the word. Okay? Okay, here we go. Let's see. What's this? You. Live. Don't. Or it could be doesn't. Don't, doesn't, right? What's this? We. I. You. There is no formal you in English anyway. What's this? They. Okay, good enough. Good. Now let's put these together. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, and the verb live. Let's put them together and also make the sentences negative. So I will do the gestures and you say the sentence this time. All right? It'll be a very short sentence. Okay. Say it. Say it. I live. Good. What was that? I don't live. Good. Okay. How about this? You live. Good. Okay. How about... Say it. Come on, say it. You don't live. Okay. We'll talk now about Marie here. Yeah, good. She, don't say she live, she lives. She lives. Good. Okay. She doesn't live. Okay. I don't live, she doesn't live, you don't live. I don't live, you don't live, she doesn't live. Okay, try this. What's that? Say it. He lives. He lives. Good. He doesn't live in the United States or wherever. Okay, good. Let's do two more. We live, good. And last of all, say it. They don't live. Okay, that's just a good quick review of our gestures and the words that correspond to them. Okay, to help you learn how to form a question, I'm going to ask someone to answer questions, someone who's very close to me. In fact, my brother, Michael. I'm going to introduce you to Michael. Here we go. Let me give him a call. I hope he's free. Oh, there he is. Hi, Michael. You see, he's not only my brother, we're twins. Indeed we are. Michael, I want to ask you 3 questions and so that my students can learn how to ask a question in English, okay? I understand. No problem. All right, good. Thank you. Michael, first of all, do you live... What are you doing with your hands? What's going on? It's to help the students remember and understand what I'm saying. Okay, just ignore my hands. Ignore my hands. Here we go. Do you live in the United States? Do I live in the United States? What kind of a question is that? You know where I live. That's absolutely... I know where you live. This is just an example. It's to help the students. So just please, just answer the question. All right, Michael. Do you live in the United States? Yes. I live... You don't have to use your hands. Put your hands down. Michael, do you live in the United States? Yes. I live... Yes or no? Yes. I live in the United States. Very good. Thank you. Now, and Michael, do you live in the country or the city? Do you live in the country or the city? The country, never. I live in the city of Chicago. All right, good, very good. And Michael, do you live in a house or an apartment? You were just in my home last week. You know I live in an apartment. What kind of a question? I know, I was there last week, but Michael, just answer the question. Do you live in a house or an apartment? I live in an apartment. Okay, good. Thank you very much, Michael. Nothing else? I'm finished. That's all. All right. Nice talking to you. I'll see you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, now let me ask you some questions about my brother. Yeah, here's Michael. Does Michael, what's does? Do you, do I, does he? Oh, okay. So does he live in the United States? Yes or no? Answer, go ahead. Yes, he lives in the United States. Very good. Does he live in the city or the country? Tell me, say it. Okay, good. He lives in the city of Chicago, in fact. Okay? And does he live in a house? Yes? No? Okay, he doesn't live in a house. He lives in an apartment. How about you? Do you live in the United States? Yes or no? Answer me. Okay, most of you said, no, I don't live in the United States. Some of you said, yes, I live in the United States, okay? And notice I'm saying do you. So it's do I, do you, but does he, and does she. So again, do you live in the city or the country? Go ahead, answer. Okay, for example, over there, Ahmed said, I live in the city. And Ivan said, I live in the country. Okay? How about, last of all, house or apartment? Do you live in an apartment? Yes or no? Okay, good, good. Over there, Ahmet, I saw you say, yes, I live in an apartment. But Ivan, in Russia, you said, no, I don't live in an apartment. I live in a house. Okay? So do and does. I'd like to ask you to ask me questions now. Ask me those three questions about if I live in the United States, if I live in a house or an apartment, if I live in the country or the city. You ask this question here of me. Go ahead, ask the question, say it. Okay, good. You said, Mr. Nesbitt, Steve, do you live in the United States? Yes, I live in the United States. Okay? Ask me the second question. Right, okay. No, I don't live in an apartment. I live in a house. Okay? Let's try the third question now. Third question. Go ahead and ask. That's right. You said, do you live in the city? No, I don't live in the city. I live in a house. I mean, in the country. I live in a house in the country. But in any case, that is how you ask a question. Do or does. Do I live in a house? Do you live in a house? Does he live in a house? Does she live in a house? Do we live? Do you live? Do they live? Okay? Do or does. Does he? Does she? But all the rest are do. And I will see, you'll do the exercises now under this video, and I'll see you in the next. And by the way, you're saying, I live in a house, I live in the country, I live in the United States. You're getting a little tired. A little tired of talking about living in places. Next lesson we're going to expand our topics. Well, in the next lesson, I think we'll talk about make or do, and listen, and watch, say, prepare. There'll be new verbs in the next lesson. So just be patient. I'll see you. Goodbye.